So today I want to talk about the concept of training the athlete, not training for a race. When runners first come to me, I like to ask them three questions about their goals. What are their short term goals in the next 3 to 6 months? Where do they want to be in a year? And then long term goals. Where do you want to be in 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? When you look back at your career in running, what do you want to have accomplished? Now, as runners, when we train, a lot of times we are very short term focused. Generally, we're thinking about the next race, right? One thing at a time makes a lot of sense. Focus on the run at hand, do what you need to do today. Don't worry too much about the future. But when I coach athletes, I don't train them for their next race. You see, I do, right? But it's always important to hold a little bit back when giving the athlete workouts and giving them runs to do. It's because, yes, I want you to succeed at your race. Yes, I want you to do your best and accomplish your goals. And as your coach, I'll do my best to make sure you get there, right? But I'm also trying to train you for life, for your full career. And a lot of times that means doing a little bit less now to ensure that you're going to have an enjoyable and rewarding decade of running. The nice thing about running is if you stay consistent with it and you keep it up, every season is going to build upon the next. So maybe your goal is to run 3 hours in the marathon this season. We're going to do everything we can to get you to that goal. But you know what? If you don't make that goal, the season wasn't a failure. It's because after you take your rest break at the end of the season and you start back up again next time, all of the work you've put in the previous season is going to make you start at such a higher level next time around that you're going to be able to go far beyond what were your current season's goals in the next one. But that only works if you design your training and you run in such a way that you're training for life. You're training as an athlete, not training for the race. You see, if you do everything for one race day, you're just setting yourself up for huge potential setbacks. There's a time to push, right? And give your all, do everything you can for your race day. But if you go hard too much and all the time, just look around you, look at your friends. You see them getting injured. You see them having setbacks. Maybe this has happened to you. It's always better to stay consistent and do a little bit less so that you can just do that over time. And maybe this season you're only going to run 20 miles each week. But you know what? Next season, you'll be able to run 30. And then next season, you'll be able to run 40. And it builds and builds and builds until, within a few years, if you're patient and consistent and stay healthy, maybe your goal is to run 70 miles a week and to take an hour off your marathon time. And you can only get there if you think long-term, you think years down the line. As athletes, we have about 10 years of consistent, healthy training to continue to develop. That's how long it takes for us to actually reach our highest talent level. So, if you're new to running, if you've been running for years but never really taken it seriously, never really given it your all, you have so much opportunity to grow. And the best way you're going to achieve that is if you train as an athlete, not just train for the race that you have ahead. That's the lesson I wanted to share with you today. My name is Coach Chris Knighton. You can follow along with what I'm doing at www.knightonruns.com or find me on social media, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Knighton Runs. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this topic today. Training for life, training the athlete, not just training for the race. And I hope you have a great day.